this is the bargaining report for December 5th. We had a lengthened bargaining session, about 3.5 hours today. The college came with proposals on 3 articles plus an economic framework. There was a lot of caucusing. Then we returned with a counter proposal on the economic framework, a 13-article economic proposal. So we're going to start with their proposal. They proposed that for every year there be 5 positions available that would be full-time adjuncts. Part-timers that are in that position could teach up to a full-time load with health insurance benefits. And also, they proposed on Article 11, but when they did that, they took out language that we had verbally agreed to allow half of every faculty hiring committee to be made up of faculty.
On salary, they came with 2 options. One option has a year where steps don't occur, and the other option was one where steps occur every year. The option 1, where steps occur every year, their proposal was 5% the first year, 3.25% the second year, and 3.25% the third year. In their option 2, people got steps the first year, did not get steps the second year, got steps the third year, and in that option it was 5% the first year, 4.25% the second year, and 4.25% the third year. They wanted, while they didn't come back with anything on furloughs, they seemed a little bit confused as to exactly what furloughs were.
Right. Now on lab workload, they came back maintaining the same workload of 0.7, but with an agreement that there could be a committee come together of administrators and faculty that would talk about what lab rates should look like in the future. They also came back with a change in their proposal on overload taught by full-time faculty. They proposed that starting next year, that limit would be at 20.4 ILCs for the academic year, fall, winter, spring. Then the summer, of course, would be off that, would be separate from that. So we caucused and we came back with a counter proposal, and here's what we proposed. We agreed to their proposal that there be 5 positions allowed for full-time adjunct faculty, part-timers being paid at a part-time rate, but they could teach up to a full workload, 5 every year, and they would get health insurance benefits. And we have agreed to language that if a program has these kind of positions for 3 years in a row, then the college will look at opening a vacancy and creating a full-time position. They honored their verbal agreement of the past. We, to honor our verbal agreement of the past, propose that 1/2 of all faculty hiring committees at the time they're created have faculty, half of them be faculty.
On calendar, we propose that for 17-18 that we have 180 days, 200 days, and 230 days for our calendars. In 2018-19, 176, 196, and 226. And then on the last year of the contract, it would be 175, 195, 225. This odd arrangement, as we'll see, fits into our counter proposal on furloughs.
For steps, we propose that everyone that does do it get step increases every single year of this contract. And then we're proposed on salary that for this year we get 5%, next year 4.5%, the year 2019, 2020, 4.5%.
Next year in 2018-19, we propose that there be 4 furlough days. The cost of furlough days matches fairly closely the cost of steps for that year, and it spreads out the pain, shall we say, throughout the whole amongst all our faculty as opposed to just those who take steps. We also proposed a part-time to full-time index, a little bit different than last time, that the first step for part-timers would be on step 3 of the full-time scale. Second step would be indexed to step 4, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 would be the same as it's been in the past.
The college had proposed a 60% index for part-time. It's an increase from what we currently have of 58%, and we agreed to that. We agreed to maintain the lab workload at 0.7, but create this committee that would look at categories of labs moving forward. And then on overload, we counter-propose that starting next year, full-time overload would be limited to 21 ILCs, understanding that although it's rare, there are some people teaching 3 credit classes.
The college wanted to cost out our furloughs and wanted to cost out the part-time index. They will be getting back to us hopefully in the next couple of days to see whether we have conceptually an economic agreement.
So stay tuned. Our next bargaining session will likely be the first Tuesday of the winter term, January 8th. We're going to do everything we can to get this bargaining done as soon as possible, believe me. Happy holidays.
Bye-bye.